I'm Bill Hughes, President and CEO of Education Design Lab. I'm grateful to get a chance to participate in this launch of Velocity Network into the education cluster. I'd like to talk a little bit about the need for an open credential network. We at the lab co-design transformative solutions in collaboration with community colleges and their regional partners that center the learner-earner, resulting in increased access to economic opportunity by connecting that ecosystem together around that learner and their journey towards quality jobs and careers. We believe that everyone deserves a chance to live our best lives, but for too many, the paths to opportunity are out of reach. And the problem that we see is that this chaotic learn and work ecosystem has a set of market failures which result in barriers that systematically disadvantage the majority of US talent. And that locks them out of economic opportunity, which would benefit them and our economy and society at large. The traditional degree credential specifically has a number of barriers for this, what we call new majority learner, the adult without degree. First of all, that opportunity seeker is locked out of most quality jobs because they don't have the right credential. When they go back to school to get a degree, we're putting them back into the system that has not worked for them in the past. So they end up without credentials that are useful in the marketplace, maybe as little as a high school diploma. This means that they never really get a chance to show what they can do. And employers end up having many great jobs going unfulfilled. So we envision a shift, and it's already happening, from a world where traditional degrees matter to a world where skills matter. So let's talk a little bit about this shift to skills. The traditional model of higher education produces the time-based credential. We think about it based on the Carnegie unit, as opposed to a skills-based credential, where the time-based credential is focused on institution-specific requirements and is proprietary to that school. The future model is skills-based, personalized, and open. Why is this important? Well, one key issue is that with the time-based credential, colleges and their incentives are misaligned with learners and employers, because the more time someone spends in a time-based credential, that's good for a college in terms of enrollments and their business model. However, for learners and employers, more time is only taking away from that value. However, in a skills-based credential model, the more skills, the more benefits for everyone involved, for the learner, for the college, for the employer. And that aligns all of their incentives. And this is one of the reasons we believe that the shift is going to only accelerate. We have focused our efforts in one of our flagship programs, the Micro Pathways program, which co-designs stackable credential programs for the rapidly changing knowledge economy, enabling schools to align their programs with in-demand jobs. Some of the key design criteria for these are affordability for the learner, flexibility, so they can start, stop, and stack the way that they need to, relevance in terms of being aligned with jobs and careers in their region, portability so that they can stack from various sources the different skills and abilities that they need, and visibility so that an employer can discover them and they can discover employment opportunities. We believe there's an opportunity to connect the dots across the learn and work ecosystem, from the colleges, which offer skills-based credentials, shown on the left, to employers managing a skills-based hiring and advancement process, ranging from applicant tracking systems all the way into their talent systems on the right. In the middle is a learning and employment record, which is one of the key artifacts in a digital credentials infrastructure. That's the kind of infrastructure that Velocity Networks can power. The lab's work depends on such an infrastructure. The work that we do with micropathways is dependent upon digitally discoverable stackable credentials and credential programs. We use Credential Engine to codify the skills and the progressions in that pathway. But it's important for those, once someone earns that credential, for it to go somewhere where it can be discovered. Our work with 21st century skills and skill validators allows for adults without degrees to have their human skills visible: project management, empathy, collaboration, critical thinking. These are all things that are assumed about college graduates that are often not assumed about those without a degree. So being able to allow these adults without degrees to demonstrate what they can do and the human skills they develop is vital and really valuable to employers with whom we have co-developed these 9 21st century skills. And then third, our T3 Innovation Network project this year, supported by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, allowed us to oversee a project with several organizations innovating AI-powered skills-based solutions for navigation, hiring, and advancement, which benefited incumbent workers, veterans, justice-impacted learners, college alumni, and skilled but unemployed people. Each of these was a separate use case with very diverse interests, and the ability to rapidly build applications unique to those audiences was enabled by the digital credential infrastructure we were able to use. Velocity's infrastructure gives promise for us to have an open OS for skills. It has a few key characteristics to make that work. One is open source and shared governance that unlocks broad cooperation and collaboration across vendors and other innovators. Another is a common protocol for credentials that enables innovation in the learn and work solution space so that apps can be built as easily and in such a varied way as they are on the mobile phones that we have today. A third is a distributed personalized ownership model using technology such as blockchain for credential wallets that provide a user safety and control around their personal data. Fourth is a verifiable credential model that builds employer trust. And finally, fair and equitable business model that enables this platform and infrastructure to be sustainable in the long run. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share with you and engage with you today. Have a terrific conference and a great day.